I will let you guys do your thing.
Oh, you're not
So,
gonna do it? I was gonna say sit on him and you take over the microphone for
oh
me.
my God, no. Say to sit on you and take over.
That's for later.
Oh, okay, okay.
Stop.
Can we still maintain the stream though?
No.
So before you ask your wife what I said, just know she said yes. That's all.
What did he say? Why'd you say yes? How far out do I gotta spread my cheeks?
As
I
far
haven't
as you
wiped in a
want.
few days.
Oh, that's all right.
It's a
I
dirty
like
cyclops. It's to
John-
scare off predators.
Scare off predators. Nice.
Oh yeah. Or to welcome them.
Oh,
Not the right kind of predator, you know what I'm saying?
god damn. I thought it was just garlic that scared away vampires.
No, this ass too. You know what I like? Vagina.
I was gonna say booty, but vagina's also
Booty,
a great
booty.
one.
But yeah, I mean they're in the same area, so I mean, why not visit the neighbor every once in a while, right?
Oh, exactly, exactly. Right down the street, right next door. So yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump away. Not even. You
know,
could accidentally
sometimes-
fall into it.
Sometimes I'm just too funny for myself.
That's definitely staying in. I do enjoy listening back on episodes. I randomly on my way home, I was like 5 minutes away, and I was like, I'm just gonna flick my finger and just see what episode I land on of Beer Belly, and it was
Ooh, which
episode
one?
3, American
Ooh. I
IPAs.
apologize.
Throwback.
That's
And
when
it was-
we try to be good.
Exactly. We were definitely going full craft beer. It was funny because I was thinking about it. I was like, man, that would have been a great response to what John said, but it was just, I don't think we found our I don't know what it is, the beer belliness, if you will, just yet.
No, not at all. We were literally trying too hard.
Yes. That was the thing. We were trying. It's all right. We found our audience of a half person, and that's all we need.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
I
we
like
need.
that. That half person I like. It's a midget.
Jesus, they prefer LP. All right,
Without. Oh, okay. Is that true?
that's what I've heard. Yes.
Okay.
If you are a little person that's watching or know someone that's watching, ask or let us know at BeerBellyPod.
I apologize for me being ignorant. I didn't know the M word was just as bad as other words.
Okay. Of other neighbors. Speaking of neighbors, neighbors of the alphabet.
You said that.
Neighbors of the alphabet. That could be anything, my friend. Oh, you do have
Cooked on Phonics professionals.
Yes, and actually, should we get in? Actually, no. We'll talk about that in just a moment after you use your beer equipment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the
speaking
beer
of which-
tools.
Oh, I love that you have a bottle today because as you saw in my picture, it's opposite of me, kinda. What are we having today? Paint a picture for the people.
We are having a hop that's literally spitting out cocaine, and I think that is the best way to describe this amazing beer. A hop spitting out beer cocaine.
Yes,
The space
astronomical
dust.
angel dust or space dust, if you will. Yes, nice.
Oh, that's good beer. Oh.
That's the only thing missing from this is just a beer and just a good rail of cocaine. That's all this episode's missing. But in its stead, we have Elysian space dust on us.
You know,
Imperial IPA.
well, let's take a drink really quick.
Oh yeah, please. Cheers,
Cheers.
my lovely sir.
Before we get into it,
Oh yeah,
let me get into something else.
please.
I know I've asked this question several times whenever you get those cans. How many ounces is that bitch?
This one, I'm gonna say a pint and a third or so. Let's see. This is 19.2 fluid ounces, so about a pint and 3.2 ounce.
So yours is 19 ounces.
Yep.
This is what would you say, 12? 12 ounces.
Yeah. 12-ounce bottle. Nice little standard boy. Yeah.
So if I drank 2, I'd be more than you.
Correct. Is that what you're gonna go for? Because I'm all for it.
How big is a can?
12.
Is it 8 or is it still 12?
The 12. 12.
Because it's a girthy boy.
Yeah, exactly. A little more girth as opposed to
Girth?
lurf. Yes, exactly. A little more chode, not enough sausage, but it's all right.
God.
It's
We
packed.
are educated people. I love it.
Absolutely. And I'm enjoying the sip right now.
So go ahead and get into it, because I was thrown off when I saw you posted it.
I was thrown off the other day when I saw what happened. I was like, wait, what? So at BeerBellyPod on all your favorite socials, where you can keep up to date with everything, episode announcements, so on and so forth, some fun episode clips. But with that, we occasionally will upload episode clips to TikTok as well as the Instagrams, all that good stuff. And on TikTok specifically, I was like, you know what? Let's go see how these episode clips are doing. And I went to look for episode 148. Check it out. And there's one where it's just like, I think I called it like, I don't like our friendship. And you just have a really fun rant talking about like the breathability of beer, whether it's poured from a can or a bottle. And just to paint some context for someone that hasn't seen the clip or heard the episode yet. Anyway, I look at the comments. I'm like, oh, there's a new comment. Cool, let's see. And sure enough, fucking Hooked on Phonics, the company, the official account, commented, because we didn't even tag them. We didn't hashtag them.
I was about to ask you, were they tagged?
We did not hashtag them. We did not tag the account. Nothing like that. They were in the caption of the clip, like mentioning that you graduated Hooked on Phonics.
Do you think they even know what they fucking posted?
That's what I was wondering. But then
There's no way they listened to our episode.
I don't know, man. Hooked on Phonics, if you're listening to this one now, if you're going down the Beer Belly rabbit hole, first off, sorry. Secondly, thank you. But and have fun.
Oh, yeah. Advertisement. I'll advertise. I have been advertising the fuck out of Hooked on Phonics. In a great way, some might say.
A great way. I would agree with you. It's very flattering that they would even take a moment, because this is something like when I was like 4 years old, I had I remember my parents gave it to me, or my grandma gave it to me as a gift, because I was a big time stutterer. And yeah, I was like, wait, what the hell? Hooked on Phonics just congratulated you for what did they say, like, and spread your wings or something like that.
Yeah, congratulations, John, and spread your wings.
Yes. And then so I was like, whoa, I asked Sin, like, do you think they even watched the actual clip? And she's like, well, if they took the time to comment and like it, they might have. And then I was like, well, maybe. And then sure enough, when I shared that screenshot of their comment on Instagram,
they hearted it. I saw that.
So I'm like, okay. And then I added the clip after that upload on our story. They had to have, at this point, can they be that Hooked on Phonics? Have you seen the clip? Let us know, please.
Stop making us guess. I just need to know.
I mean, you were a grammatical genius in that little clip.
Still
and the overall episode, we go in hard, probably a little too hard on some R's, but yes.
The hardest of R's.
Mm-hmm. They are your people, after all, as you've said and claimed at night.
They are my people.
You still need that shirt. God damn it.
Was it Yvonne, that my wife, that was like, John? And I was like, what? They're my people.
Yes, that's exactly how it went down. I don't know if I could recall the conversation leading to you mentioning that, but yeah. So I can imagine, actually, now that I think about it, but I may not go into it now. Now that I know Hooked on Phonics is listening.
I was going to say, now that we're potentially sponsored by Hooked on Phonics, let's be a little bit more politically correct.
I'll say this: any curse word or slur that we throw, we will make sure we pronounce it perfectly,
correctly. Yes.
Enunciation will be key.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
From now on,
I told my wife about it, and I was like, "You see, story does start with the T." I'm telling you. Do you have the shout out by Hooked on Phonics?
Exactly.
No, you don't. You're not a professor. You're not Professor Dr. MD John.
C- PhD. Nah. Damn. You can actually, everyone can hold that now, and you can hold that against them.
Everyone can hold that.
That's amazing. You have to be Dr. C- for Halloween now, I think, at this point. It's only fair. Mm-hmm. Have a certificate that says certified Hooked on Phonics graduate or something.
Yep. and I will rock that shit.
I hope so. I hope so. God damn. I need to make you like a little metallic name tag to put on your coat.
How exciting is that? I'm telling you, I saw that. I was like, what just happened? I didn't believe it was real, if I'm being honest with you.
I don't blame you. I had to look at the account. I was like, is someone just trolling and like faking a Hooked on Phonics account? And I was no, this is legit.
No, it's legit. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
them.
The Hooked on Phonics.
They've gotten more edgy over the years. You know what? You got to think about it though. It's definitely like a late 80s, early 90s product, at least from what I remember. So
Yeah.
maybe they just aged with us and they have some old school beliefs. That's all right. Progressively
Wow.
old school.
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Fucking
shout out to Hooked
awesome.
on Phonics. This episode and future ones possibly brought to you by Hooked on Phonics. That would be amazing. We might be having kids one day in the future, and your kids are going to need Hooked on Phonics.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure they stay ahead of all their classes.
Like me. Yep.
Yeah,
Straight
exactly.
C minus student.
But did
Straight
you pass?
C minus. I did. In college, the C minus is still considered a C. Passed.
Amen. There you go. You can graduate with an AA and such and a bachelor's with C's. It's all good.
So let me ask you, do you think it's a dick move that a professor gives you a minus instead of just giving you the C?
Ooh. I mean, if they're curving up, no, I'll fucking take that minus.
Okay, I was going to say, what about if the C minus was like a 67%?
a wink favor? I'll fucking take it. Are you kidding me? But no, if I know I did my work and they gave me a minus, I would be pissed. I'm sure people get pissed about that all the time. Hell no.
Okay,
Freaking rude.
Now that you bring that up, because this has happened to me, have you ever done something where you actually fucking did hard work, turned it in, got not the best grade, you passed, but not the best grade, and then with the same professor, you did something very half-ass, and then you got a great grade on that?
Yeah, but in reverse. So like, I remember now that you bring it up, I specifically it was my speech 1A class, first public speaking class I took as a college course, and I was nervous as hell. And I think it was like mercy A's and B's that I got for like the first 3 projects, and then my final came. It was a suggestive speech, or no, I'm sorry, persuasive. Pardon me. And you know what? I will admit I last minute prepared for it, but I will say humbly, I did a solid ass job. So much to the point of where I had like slides for every bit. And essentially the subject matter was, I might have mentioned on the show before, like the best couches. So I was like, our professor randomly, like throughout that idea one time, he was like, yeah, so your final will be a suggestive speech, blah 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 blah. You could do, I don't know, why you should vote for this president, or what makes the comfiest set of furniture. And I was like, that's the stupidest idea I've heard. I'm gonna fucking go with that. And when I brought it up, because he went around the class asking, so blah blah blah, what are you gonna do? So AJ, what are you gonna do? And I said, well, you mentioned a really silly subject matter. I'm going to do that one. And I remember him looking at me and he's like, wait, for real? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I did it. It was, dare I say, charming, humbly charming, to the point of where it's a proud moment for me, because I had the class, I killed. The class was rolling. It was ridiculous. Everyone was laughing. Everyone had a great time. It was kind of like a solo act of John and AJ doing video projects together. It's kind of like that. It would have been better if I had slides of you in it, but I still made it work for what it was.
I could have been the person laying on the sofas.
You should have been, at least for a couple of them. And anyway, it was just the class was laughing the entire time, and like laughing with me, like they got the jokes and stuff like that. It was a good time. And even I looked in the back, the professor was cracking up. I was like, I'm killing right now. Let's go. And then grades come around, end of class that day. It's final day. And I got a B. I'm like, bro, like I crushed this shit right now. And you're giving me a B?
Do you know why he gave you a B and not an A?
I didn't ask. I was just shocked. I was, and I think
Son
I'm
of
a
a
decently
bitch.
humble guy. I don't even like praising myself for how well it went over with the class, including the professor in the back of the class. Again, he was cracking his ass up the entire time. B. I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good, bro. Thanks. Thanks for that. I think I still graduated with an A, but even still, it left a bad taste in my mouth since it was like the most heavily weighted like exam of the entire semester. So anyway, yes, that was my like
Wow.
again, I got like super nervous times where I was like I could barely talk about my favorite movie speech, and that was like an intro speech. I got an A on that, even though I was scared and could barely publicly speak. And then the one time I was actually comfortable in myself up there to a certain extent, B. I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks a
I'm
lot,
so
bro.
surprised that you were even nervous. Was this before or after Ivory Gold or during Ivory Gold?
Definitely before Ivory Gold. Like at least a
Okay.
year. I would say probably like a year before Ivory Gold. Essentially,
Okay.
more or
Then that
less.
makes sense. That makes sense. But even then, I still don't imagine you being like that. Don't get me wrong, there'd be times where maybe like leading up I'd get a little nervous, but I
Hmm.
don't think I've ever really had problems with like public speaking.
I
It's
remember
never
you
really
saying
like
that back in the day. Yeah.
yeah, don't get me wrong, I won't sing in front of a crowd of people like you, but
You've done it.
I can talk. Or like I don't care. It doesn't really bother me.
Sure. Well, I mean, you've sung for Ivory Gold though, and stuff like
I
that
was more of a
live.
background singer. That's not the same.
You made it.
Me going ooh, yeah,
You
that's no
added the
singing
cream and
either.
sugar on top, baby.
Nah, all over your face too.
Hmm. All over the audience to a certain extent, I'd say, and they loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
how about you? Please give me your
when
example.
this was my political, God, what is it? Spanish politics, I think is what it was called, something along those lines. And it was one of those classes where like the very first day he says, "Buy this book. You have to read it. You will write a paper about it at the end. That's due."
Muy
Okay.
importante. Okay.
Okay. So, and then maybe a few weeks in, he had us do another like short story, and he had us write a paper about it. Nothing long. I think it was like 2 pages. I don't like to read. Of course, this was before Hooked on Phonics. This was definitely before Hooked on Phonics, but
Sure.
wasn't
Came into your life.
wasn't a fan of reading. And I actually read it. I wrote the paper, and he gave me I think it was like a C plus, and he said too much fluff. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay,
I barely wrote enough.
god damn. And then I didn't read the book I was supposed to read throughout the whole semester. It was a pretty thick book. I had a hard time finding like spark notes, but I was able to find some things, and I just fucking freestyled that paper,
Wow,
and I got an
nice.
A on it.
Hell yeah. Maybe you
Yeah,
just
I
had
was.
more of your personality. Who knows?
I think that was complete bullshit. That was just complete Latino politics. That's what it was called.
There you
Complete
go.
bullshit. Although that was
Nice.
probably one of the hardest classes I've ever taken, and I did get an A in that class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pinche
that was
mierda.
that was the one where I walked out. I was like, "All right, oh my god, this was a class too." I was so bad. I
Mm-hmm.
used to work graveyard, and I would work graveyard Thursday night going into Saturday morning. I'd get
Mm-hmm.
home at like 6:37, and my class was at 2 p.m. Let's say on Friday. So you know, we're in California, so I get out, fall asleep, wake up at like 11 because I needed time. I needed school was coming up. That's not why I needed time though. It's because there was a pot shop on the way to school, and Daddy was getting paid every Friday at this point. This was no bi-weekly shit.
Nah.
So
You
I'd get
getting
my
that
pay.
green
I'd get
quick.
my pay. I'd wake up tired as balls, 4 hours of sleep, go to that pot shop, and this is before vape pens were really a thing.
Sure.
Buy my greens and fucking hotbox my car. Get to school again. This class was at 2. I'd get to school at like 1:30,
Oh
and
shit.
a lot of the times I would walk around to just kind of air out a little
Yeah,
bit. But I know there was this one time where I showed up not late, but I didn't have time to walk, and he was in the front door, and I walked right past him. I was like, he smelled the weed. He definitely smelled the weed. There's no doubt in my mind he got contact high. I was so fucking fuming. Oh my god. I was a little nervous through that whole class too. I was just like, can I get in trouble for smelling like weed?
That's
And he
awesome.
never said anything, nothing at all. And I think because he knew I was like a good student, I got an A in his class,
You
and
did the job.
his class was not easy. Like that was literally the class where it's like, holy shit, I am doing good. Thank you, Hooked on Phonics. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's
and
awesome.
weed.
And
Thank you, Hooked on Phonics and weed.
and weed, big weed. That's
God,
awesome. That's awesome.
so
Maybe he
dumb of
figured it
me.
made you focus. That's all good. You were like zoned in on whatever the subject matter was for the day.
Oh my god, I can't believe I do shit like that. Fucking get out of class, choke it again.
Well, at least then you could celebrate. You made it through another class, another session.
Fucking weed.
To start another session, if you will. God dang. That's awesome. Well, there you go then. He probably figured, again, like you, at least, yeah, were you being a pothead? Sure, but you got your job done. And that's all you needed to do. You proved yourself. So mucho respect.
Boy, was I being a hot pothead.
Was it Latino politics? Was that done in Spanish or no?
No. You were just learning more so Latino politics.
Interesting. Interesting.
Pretty straight to the point.
Is it like a,
Well,
I'm curious, is
no,
it like
no,
American Latino politics
Yeah.
or, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, he was a great professor. So he taught other things beside like politics related than just Latino politics.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned a lot that I smoked away, but at that point, I definitely, it definitely does. Trust me, I know. I think I know. I honestly forgot.
You might have known.
Yeah, maybe young High John, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he definitely taught a lot. I think I may have told you this before, but he was like the teacher that 5 tests, one of them was a final. The first 4 tests was 100 questions, all fill in the blank, and then the final was 100. Yeah, it was 100 fill in the blank. I'm sorry, the circle. What's it called? Multiple choice. Yeah, yeah, multiple choice. And then it was fill in the blank was like 25.
Oh, snap. Okay, okay.
So I was
he did
definitely
make you work.
Fuck yeah, that
You
was
needed
like
to
one
know
of the
your
few
shit to fill in those
classes
blanks.
where I like you would use flashcards and shit.
That's good though. And I thought about that recently. Like, and every once in a while it comes up where I'm just like, wow, I was a dedicated student for a good minute there for like years. It was kind of weird, like post high school, because fuck anything before college courses as far as I was concerned. I just didn't care and I didn't enjoy it. And then I really enjoyed college level courses entirely to a degree anyway.
Well, you
Some
got to pick the
professors-
classes you wanted to take. Yeah, no,
yeah.
rate my professor, bro.
even like some of the like standard stuff, I was just like, wow, I actually gained an appreciation for like history and stuff like that, and I did not give two shits back in the day. Occasionally a teacher in like high school would inspire, but otherwise it just wasn't for me. But then all of a sudden, yeah, obviously I'm paying my own freaking money to take these courses, so I might as well, enjoy it. And I guess it worked. I don't know. Thank you, Hooked on Phonics.
Thank you again, Hooked on Phonics. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So we are having a pretty straightforward, very popular IPA for sure. You could find it pretty much any restaurant you go to nowadays. It's going to likely have, Spaceless IPA, Stone IPA, or Lagunitas Standard IPA. But this one is different from the other two mentioned because this is a straight up Imperial boy. It's a double IPA. That it's just nice to know that the restaurants.
This is not a double.
It's 8.2. Anything 8% and above is technically a double.
Don't hit me with those technicalities. Is it really a double?
Yeah,
Nah, I don't believe you.
absolutely.
I refuse to believe the bullshit that you're spewing.
It is an Imperial boy. 1,100%. And that's math.
Thank you, Hooked on Phonics.
I'm going to, let's fact check this. Imperial
Yeah.
IPA, double IPA are the same thing, and the names are used interchangeably.
This doesn't say Imperial IPA on it, though.
It's just that it is, that's all. But based off percentage, because Imperial IPAs typically have an ABV of at least 7.5 and can range up to 10% or higher.
I guess the question to look now is, can single IPAs be 8%?
Okay, can single IPA,
Okay, I'll let you do it.
Imperial IPA, or double for that matter. No, a single IPA cannot be an imperial. An imperial
That's
is
not what I
essentially.
asked.
Oh, well, hold on. An imperial IPA is essentially a double IPA, meaning it has significantly more hops and a higher alcohol content than a standard IPA. So, single IPA would not meet the criteria for being considered double or imperial.
That's not the question I asked. I said, can a single IPA be 8%?
No, because the potency goes into what makes it a double.
Are you Googling that, or are you just fucking riffing off your fuck? You're giving
No, it's generative AI from Google.
I don't trust the machines. We've had this conversation. We need AI to make AI explain AI to us.
That's a really good point, actually.
Go on the Wikipedia. That's more of a...
I know, right? No,
I'm gonna go and edit it really quick.
Yeah,
Dr. C minus. Dr. C minus.
Make sure you just leave that at the end of whatever entry you leave. Then people realize, oh, never mind. It's very considerable.
A legitimate source.
Yeah, very legitimate.
He has to sign off from Hooked on Phonics.
It has his placard right there that he's a graduate.
Oh my god,
that's right up there at like Harvard and such. Of course. So a single IPA cannot be a higher percentage than. Like
I said again. I see you looking at your screen, but I feel like I think you're completely bullshitting me.
I promise. I've looked this up months ago, and technically, for as long as we've been doing this show, we should have looked it up a longer ago.
No, that definitely goes away from what you're saying.
Oh my god. Let me see.
This says, look at the AI. I'm reading it now. It says your AI is wrong. It says yes. Okay. A single regular IPA can be 8%.
What?
Although the average IPA tends to be around the 6 to 7 with a stronger version like double.
Okay.
Reaching higher percentages like 8 to 10. But yes, it can hit 8%.
Really?
That's what the AI that you're talking to is talking to my AI.
How did they're in cahoots with one another, I think. Okay, what did you type in? Now I'm curious.
I typed in what I asked you to type in, you son of a bitch, and you ignored me. Can a single IPA be 8%? Okay,
yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yes, a single or standard IPA can reach 8% ABV, although most typically fall in the 6 to 7 range. Okay, yeah, that's
yeah, you son of a bitch. You don't know shit. Are you a professor?
Fair. You know what? You were right. You are right. You pulling rank? I respect that.
You son of a bitch.
It's getting heated up in here. I'm glad I have the fan on.
Okay, and now I did, again, AI.
AI.
This was my search now. Is Space Dust a single IPA? Yes, Space Dust is considered a single IPA.
This is horseshit.
Shut the fuck up, AJ.
What the hell? Space.
You know what you need in your life?
Space Dust, a double IPA. Yes, Space Dust is an American double IPA brewed by Elysian Brewing Company.
This is why we can't trust AI.
Yep. I've seen Terminator. I've seen the Terminator films.
I'm pulling rank then. I'm pulling rank.
You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right in that case. But I swear to God, I'm getting this quote right now. It's crazy. So we just had AI contradict itself. Nice.
Fucking AI.
I know, right?
Never trust it.
The IBU score is pretty good though, 73. That's pretty strong. Like as far as like bitterness goes and such. It's kind of hot.
I'm actually I'm directly on the Space Dust website, and it says style Indian Pale Ale. It doesn't say double.
And if you look on the can, it doesn't say anything about being a double either.
God damn it! That's where I looked at in the beginning, you son of a bitch. You just wanted to use AI to make you seem right.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I was doing.
You're just jealous because Hooked on Phonics doesn't agree with you.
That's fair. You're right. You're right. Maybe if I take a course, I too can be more right about
You're not allowed.
No? Okay.
I put in a word. You're on the ban list.
Too dumb.
Too dumb to learn. Yeah.
Too dumb. Yeah. Stamped. Too dumb to learn.
Don't ever come at me with your facts unless your facts aren't AI.
That is crazy, though. Chat GPT. We'll take it there. That'll be the final call. No, I'm just kidding. No, fuck that shit. I'm
going to move my dog really quick. She's like getting in between all my wires.
Oh, God. Don't fall. Don't hurt the puppy. Oh, Miss Colleen. You get a bit of her on the camera, folks? Little girl herself, little old lady.
She just stepped in to say "fuck you, AJ."
My papa's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
She's gonna
Colleen
sneak in
C.
here
minus
again.
Della Melina. She just wants to be close
This
to you.
dog.
Oh,
So I have a competition that's happening on Sunday
ooh.
that I'm not excited about. I've got to say, this is something Drunk John put himself into, and I wish he was fucking dealing with this and not me.
Maybe he will. What's up?
I mean, it's not too early in the day. It starts at 12.
Oh yeah. All right. What is
But
this?
so Yvonne's work has a personal trainer,
Nice.
and he's one of those people that does do like a bulk and a
Nice.
clean season. So he's currently in bulk, and the first time I met him was like 2 weeks into his dirty bulk, and I'm calling it dirty bulk because he eats whatever the fuck he wants for like 3 months.
Cool.
And I met him at Korean barbecue, and he used to talk up to Yvonne how he can eat so much when he dirty bulks. So Drunk John decided to call his ass out,
Nice.
and this was probably back in September too.
Oh
And
wow.
it's just been brewing that we're gonna have a competition of who can eat the most Korean barbecue,
Sure.
and I'm a little terrified that he's gonna whoop my ass.
All right. So then, do not drink. You need to be empty.
No, I know my original plan before I found out that it was at 12 without my consent. They just agreed to it. That's what happens when you get a wife.
Yeah.
They could just agree for you.
Sure.
My original plan.
Sorry. God, now we're gonna get copyright.
Oh, now I'm hearing music.
from this.
Go
ahead. I'm
was
sorry.
to just take like
Jeez.
5 shots in a row.
Okay. Something light then. Okay.
There's something like that was my plan. That
light,
was my
but
plan.
loosen up. Light, but loosen up. All right. Get the engines
So-
running.
That's happening this Sunday, and I don't think I'm gonna win.
Why?
I need you to give me your energy because I don't think I am.
Really?
Yeah.
He might have one advantage in that his body is used to burning calories. You know what I mean? So his body's gonna eat all that
Well,
up.
that's
what I'm
beneficial for like throughout the day. This is like a 2-hour competition. And my concern that I was telling Yvonne is I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eat until I feel like throwing up, and I'm gonna keep shoving food down my mouth. Because I'm also a sore fucking loser, and I think you can vouch for that. Not sore loser, but like I don't
get
like
personal.
to lose.
Yeah.
I don't throw fits when I lose. If I lose,
yeah,
I
you're not a
hold
brat. Yeah.
I hold it like a champ. But I will do everything I can to try not to lose.
Respectable, I should say. Nah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. I got faith in you, my boy. But just be ready. Again, I think you're right. Throughout the day, burning calories, his body doing that. But I mean, I don't know. I've seen you eat, and you've been a champion in the past.
Oh,
You've done well.
I'm a big fat fuck. So that's why I feel like
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna be able to win. I had a joke. This was earlier, like in the month, where I was like, he built his body in 1 month. This is 35 years of the making, but
Of being molded by it. Very
still
good.
feel like and he gave me a death stare. So I think last episode I told you that Yvonne's work throws us a Christmas party, a big one where it's like a hotel by the beach. They give us 2 days. If you follow me, you saw like 1 or 2 of my photos. And Yvonne told me I instigated it. I was also like 5 whiskeys in, but when he came by, I was like, I don't sit or stand by the competition. So he fucking stared me down.
Jokingly, I imagine.
You know that Akuma Ryu cover where it's like Akuma like this? Because he's a tall motherfucker.
Yeah.
And Ryu's
Going
like
toward
that?
each other.
That's the way I felt.
Jesus Christ.
I'll do a deeper cut. It was like Viscount and No Tier God.
Yeah. Was that back at Super Arcade back in the
That
day?
was at Super Arcade, yeah.
Dang, I do remember that video. Were we
so-
there that? No, we weren't there that day.
No, we were not there.
We were there when sometimes things could get a little
weren't
loud.
there. Yeah.
But I don't think we were there.
Definitely
for that.
loud. When it was
no.
the run back and
Yes.
what's the other one? Wednesday Night Fights.
Wednesday Night Fights. Yes, correct. Well, wasn't it? Was it Viscount and also God? Did you say Low Tier God earlier?
It was low tier god.
Okay,
It was
God.
low tier
Okay,
god.
okay.
It
My
was
bad.
100% low tier
Yes,
god. The
yes.
biggest fucking sore loser on the planet. Fuck that guy.
He keeps getting bad press. No offense, but he keeps getting bad
But
press.
he's the perfect example of bad press isn't always bad press, or
Yeah.
there's no such thing as bad press. Is that how they
Yes.
say it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good point.
every year, yeah, because he still has a huge following. I mean, you got 50,000 followers, and you're a Twitch streamer. You're making a living, even if you're.
Oh,
well, I
yeah.
mean, look at Doctor Disrespect.
Yeah. Seriously.
So just because you do stupid shit doesn't always mean you're gonna get canceled.
A colleague of yours, but I'm glad that you
Oh
acknowledge
yes,
him.
yes,
Yeah,
Doctor
of course.
Disrespect and Doctor C minus.
Yeah.
Although we disbarred him. I know we're not lawyers, but I disbarred him.
Yeah, it's another power that you have with the titles that
Yes. Many moons of schooling.
you go on. What were you saying?
Oh, so last year, this company, I'm telling you, they spoil them.
Nice.
They gave them watches, and you've seen the watch.
Yep.
This year,
nice
they gave them leather laptop bags.
Whoa! Holy shit!
So Papa John got himself a brand new leather laptop bag.
Jeez. Papa John got a watch. Papa John got a leather laptop bag.
Papa John threw up Saturday night. It's technically Sunday morning. Oh no! It was Saturday morning. I'm sorry. The dinner. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna pop open this bad boy.
Oh yes. He's going for it.
And it's a double. This one, AJ says double.
Yes. Delicious double IPA. Correct.
Son of a bitch. And
Don't blame me. Blame AI. Big AI.
they have cocktail hour at that dinner party, Christmas dinner party, at 6. So from 6 to 7, open bar, cocktail hour. 7 to like 8:30, it's dinner, but you can still order drinks. And then they stop serving alcohol at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So everything in between is just nothing but alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Yvonne and I got 2 down.
Even Yvonne. Nice.
When you throw up as a married couple, you know you fuck.
Holding each other's hair back at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's awesome.
It was so bad that Saturday we bought. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, because I also got the Eagle Rare. It was like $130 worth of alcohol. So we bought a lot of alcohol to party Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And the group that we hang out with, no. Well, except for one guy, Aaron. He actually kept on partying. I'll make this one quick. He went to Stone in Escondido, and I guess they have like these tasters that you can take home, where it's like 4 little cans.
Awesome.
And then it comes with 2 of these like little flight glasses from Stone.
Oh, that's cool.
So he bought it for us to try. So even though I was unbelievably hungover on Saturday, because I was unbelievably hungover, I still powered through it. I was excited because he showed me that on like Wednesday. He sent me a photo. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. So I sat there and
nice. Dealt with it. Were they good?
3 out of the 4.
Mm-hmm. Were 3 out of the 4 IPAs?
2 were IPAs. One of the ones I didn't like was an IPA.
Oh, okay, respectable. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a long weekend of not binge drinking because I partied too hard Friday night.
Did you guys at least get sick when you went back to the hotel?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we waited until we got to that. Oh yeah, we didn't get into our room until like 1:30. Like we were still socializing after they closed down the bar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were on a good one then. Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a nice little group of her coworkers that we hang out with outside of work. So
that's cool.
Definitely. Yeah, I wonder how next year's gonna go.
I imagine some of them partook with your Eagle Rare.
Yes. Oh, not that Friday night, but Saturday, 2 of them did. Yeah, but Friday night, I started my drinking with the Eagle Rare.
Nice. No, that sounds fun. Ease into the weekend. Why not?
And then go face second after.
Just nosedive like an eagle into the ground.
That's what happened, especially with Yvonne. She went from having a little buzz to taking like 7 shots, and then
Damn. I mean, it's not common for me to see Yvonne smashed, but when it does happen, I feel like it has been like that. It's just the flick of a switch. Boom. All of a sudden it's like, oh, no, yeah, she's there now.
oh yeah,
She's
I
there.
actually brought it up to her yesterday. It like fucking clicked. I was like, you know what? Every time I've thrown up after drinking is because you want to take shots.
Dang. She gets a little loosey-goosey about it. That's good, though. I'm glad she cut loose.
Because
Heck
we're
yeah.
not really shot people, you and I. I mean,
No.
I guess some
We've
might
done it.
say whiskey is a shot, but we don't shoot it like a shot.
On rare occasion have we had whiskey shots. Rare
Yeah.
occasion.
It's a sip, but it's still just as strong as a shot.
Yeah, it's just
Just because you're drinking it slower doesn't mean you're not taking the same amount of alcohol,
true.
AJ.
Fair point. No, you're right. You're right. We're being refined about it. Or old, however you want to see it.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was
That's awesome.
being unbelievably hungover with the nice view of the beach. It's both nice and bad. Oh, and I'm sorry, I got pretty excited
please.
about this because I found this out about last year, but I didn't find it out till the day we left. That they have a Taylor guitar that you can rent from them or borrow.
Yes.
So I did it this time. I did it.
Nice.
We got
Hell
back
yeah.
from the brunch because they do a brunch with their employees too Saturday morning, unlimited mimosas.
Were
I
you
only
already-
had one.
I was going to say, were you already destroyed, though, at that point?
I was unbelievably hungover. I was so hungover. Oh my god! So I had one mimosa and I was like, I'm done. So then when we got upstairs, I called them right away. I was like, "You still got that guitar for me to borrow?" They're like, "Yeah, come downstairs." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So yeah, I gotta play some guitar, hungover, with a nice view of the beach.
That sounds like a chill way to enjoy a hangover, at least. Get through one. Nice. Respect. Did they charge you for it?
No, completely
Nice.
free.
Just, here you go. How did it sound? A Taylor, for that matter.
Nice.
Yeah?
Nice. I kind of want to buy one. They're actually the one I was playing with. It's a mini. It's a mini Taylor.
Oh, cool.
And
I feel like
I
you
mean,
would
don't get,
appreciate that.
I mean, I want one now, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was nice.
It can be, especially as a mini. I imagine it'd be a reduced price for something like that, too.
They're about
Probably fair.
$500.
For a mini. Wow. That's still, I mean, hey, you're doing pretty well for yourself now.
It's affordable. No. I thought about it. I was like, I can maybe buy this, but no, I'm good.
Put aside like a quarter of that amount, maybe every month. Next thing you know, a few months later, you got it. You're good.
I can't. I already made a deal with Yvonne that I can put $100 aside every paycheck for the chance for me to buy an $8,000 pinball machine.
Oh my God.
And I did the math, and that's going to take me about 3 years of saving $100 a paycheck, but I'll get there.
That's actually genius, because then by the time you get to that point, you realize if you still want it or not. And if you still want it, great, go for it. And if not,
I want it now, though.
you got all that money set.
I want the
sitting for
fucking
whatever you
Godzilla
want.
machine. I want that
That's the
Godzilla
one?
machine so bad. The black and white one, the 75th anniversary. Oh,
That sounds sick. How much did you say that was? 3,000?
that one I saw used for like 7,500.
For used. Wow. Well, it is
New
an
ones are about
anniversary
11
piece.
grand. No, I think just all of them are about 11 grand. Brand new.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's pretty cool. I didn't think
Yeah.
they cost that much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, neither did I when I started looking into it. I was like, I will never be able to afford one of these.
It's like unless you own a pinball hall or whatever they're called, I don't know, pinball. What are those places called that have pinball machines? Pinball arcade? There you go.
I'm going to say arcade.
Unless you're a dedicated pinball arcade, you're not making your money back on that anytime soon. You know what I mean?
No.
Like if you're just like a random bar that's like one or two maybe pinball machines, how many quarters is that going to take? How many dollar plays? It's going to take a long time.
It's
It'll take a long
about
time.
8,000 plays, AJ. If it's $1, about 8,000 plays.
Graduate from Hooked
That's
on
a-
Phonics. That's not even grammar.
No. Hooked on mathematics.
Nice. The sequel to this. We got another degree he's going to go for, everybody. We found
Might
it.
as well.
Sky's the limit at this point.
No.
All right. Well, before we move on, again, if you want to help support the show, patreon.com/BeerBellyPod, where you can unlock bonus episodes of this show. It's going to be really fun. Have a great time with it. The latest episodes we've done were Deadpool 1 and 2 and Batman Begins, both of which are ridiculous episodes. Really fun clips you can find on our socials, again, at BeerBellyPod. Links to everywhere you can find the show in every episode description. Video always on Spotify, so jump in on that.
Sputumify.
Obviously, there's
Hooked
other...
on Phonics.
Of course, my bad for the mispronunciation on that one. But again, if you would, please take a moment, rating us 5 stars or whatever highest value you can on your preferred podcasting platforms. Helps us out a bunch and introduces the show to more people. So huge thank you to everyone that takes the time to do so. It helps out a lot. Subscribe on YouTube, wherever you prefer. But again, patreon.com/BeerBellyPod. Give us $1 every month. It all adds up. So thank you very much. Before we go, an episode of Beer Belly would not be complete without John's lovely words of wisdom for the week.
If there's anything we've learned from today, and it's very rare when you actually learn from our podcast. And if you are learning from our podcast, you're a hard R. So let's not, we're not educational, although I am educated through Hooked on Phonics. Don't trust AI. Because AJ and I almost ended the podcast for the 100th time because AI told us both what we wanted to hear.
Maybe that's AI's grand master plan is to break up
Turn
the Beer
humans
Belly
against
podcast.
each other?
Starting with
that's
this
what it is.
No, yeah. They're cool with humans, just not these two being
The
a team
Great Beer Belly Wars Part 3.
versus AI. Who'd have thunk they'd be the final enemy?
Fuck you, AI.
And a big fuck you to AI. Well, thank you very much for watching and listening. Let us know what beer we should try in future episodes. Again, I know we did more of a mainstream boy this episode, but again, if there's other breweries that you know of that you feel deserve a shout out and such, and beers from them that you think we should try, let us know at BeerBellyPod on all your favorite socials. BeerBellyPod at gmail.com. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.